NVIDIA just showed off the DLSS 5, and something about it feels just a bit off. Not technically, but visually, because this doesn't feel like rendering anymore. It feels like replacing art. And just for context, I'm a 2D artist working in games, and I'm looking at this from a production and art standpoint, not just as a player, which of course I am. But DLSS, originally just was a performance tool, right? You render the game at a lower resolution, AI upscales it, and you get better performance without really changing the image. Then came things like frame generation, which is still fine because it's just filling in gaps, between these frames. But the important part is this: it was helping the design. It was helping the images, in a sense, without really changing what the artists made. But then what they showed, today with DLSS 5, this seemed very different to me. So in my opinion, this just isn't really about reconstructing pixels anymore. It's altering intent. It's interpreting the scene and pushing it in new directions. And this is where things start to get controversial. Now, this is a scene that is supposed to be very heavy, very grounded. Grace here is walking into a murder scene, the same place her mother was killed 9 years earlier. So naturally the lighting is a bit dim, it's supposed to be overcast because it's raining, and her face sits largely in shadow. That is intentional. And then if you look what DLSS does to it, suddenly, she's evenly lit. Her face is clearer, it's cleaner, it's softer, it's more perfect. It's almost like she's in a studio shoot instead of a crime scene. And this is the problem. This is what a lot of other people are also calling out. It's not enhancing this image or this frame anymore. And this is exactly why tools like this don't really work, at this bigger global level. Games aren't just trying to look realistic, they're designed. And that's why technical artists exist, to control things like lighting, materials, and mood, to have a certain reasoning behind those decisions. And ironically, this doesn't even look more realistic. It just looks more processed, more filled with all this stuff we see online, more filters. And look, I'm all for good-looking characters in games. I've ranted plenty of times here on the channel about art direction and character design choices I don't agree with, but at least those were human decisions. Those were somebody's intent, whether I liked it or not. And I might prefer certain styles. Yes, I definitely lean more toward the Japanese studios and what they find aesthetically pleasing, but I still respect the decisions made, over here in the West. This new tech demo just goes way beyond that. We went from Leon here to a dude named Scott. Look at this example. The original warmth and the lighting has been stripped away. It's replaced by this scattered, unnecessary highlights everywhere that break up the cohesion of this, and it actually kind of undermines that atmosphere through this overly aggressive contrast, which is in all of these NVIDIA examples. Then there's also this subtle shift toward idealization, right, where the skin gets cleaner and the features slightly more symmetrical, and it pulls that character away from that intended design, into something just more, generic. Scott here. Is this the future? I don't know, but there are questions I'm certainly asking here. Now, if we also look at this example that they put out for Starfield, which, their faces weren't as good as some of these other ones, but now they're definitely something else altogether. And these issues that I'm going to call out, they look really subtle at a glance, but, they're pretty destructive once you actually break them down. With here, right, the lighting logic gets completely broken. The original has a clear motivated light source, right, slightly from that top front with a nice natural fall off. And in the DLSS version, this is just introducing extra light everywhere. It's filling across the space, you're getting things like brighter cheeks, the nose bridge is changing, and then there's the forehead. And then there's reduced shadow separation under the brow and the nose. It just stops feeling like a place and starts feeling more like some generic render pass filter. And, the material responses in this scene are also changing. They're maybe even starting to break, right? The skin is a lot more porcelain or glossy looking. Some people online have called it plasticky. The highlights just feel painted on instead of, them reacting to the form. And the jacket, it's a little less noticeable here, but it's cleaner, right? The speculars are a bit different and they're losing their variation. It just starts to look too perfect. And when this all happens, right, the lighting stops being physical and the materials stop being grounded and the character design starts drifting towards, these generic beauty standards instead of intentional design. And just to be clear here, my argument isn't that this just looks bad. Ask anyone with an untrained eye for these things. They'll probably say the altered version looks better. My issue is that it's overriding loads and loads of creative decisions in the pipeline. Because when AI starts enhancing faces, skin, hair, and subtle expressions in real time, the result could start to feel a little bit too real, right? To the point where it no longer feels like the original work of the creators behind it. And character design is just one of the most intentional parts of game development, right? Every wrinkle, every scar, every lighting choice is carefully crafted to define the identity and the emotion of the scene and the characters. This is just brute force AI stepping in and refining all those details on the fly. So yes, there's a real chance, like just what we just saw, that original intent gets blurred and then in worst cases completely overwritten. And that is my fundamental problem here today. Art direction is just as much what you choose not to show and how you creatively solve problems. It's always been about restraints. And yeah, I've seen other arguments out there. Well, as an artist, you get paid to do your job is done. And sure, that's technically true. Like I've done plenty of designs, over the years where they just get completely changed by the time they're in the shipped product. But at least, humans made those calls, made those decisions, and that there was intent behind it, right? There was a reason for one thing or another. This is just different. This isn't just a visual preference issue either, right? This has downstream consequences for how games are actually going to be made. You could very easily end up in a situation where studios just stop investing time into texture, into materials, and into lighting, and they'll just let the AI fill in the rest. And the reality is, consumers aren't pushing back on this stuff. They just don't know better, or they don't even care. So this isn't just if I like it, it's fine. There are real ramifications. There's going to be, if we continue down this sort of trend, I think, lower production standards, right? If AI can fix lighting and materials after the fact, then there's just a less incentive to get those things right in the first place. And then pipelines are going to shift from build it correctly to fix it later. Things have already slipped down that slope, I think, way too far. And the other thing is we're going to get an erosion of specialized roles. If lighting, materials, and subtle nuance are being altered in post, it's just going to start to devalue those kinds of roles. The roles of lighting artists, material artists, shaders, the look dev department. And this isn't going to be something that happens, not necessarily immediately, but directionally. And as a result of this, you're going to get, or we'll start to see, an homogenization of styles, right? And if AI keeps pushing toward those same decisions, towards the same sort of solutions, cleaner skins, more even face, balanced lighting for pleasing results, then you're just going to lose the differences that we get between these projects, artistically speaking. Everything just drifts toward that same generic studio lit look that a lot of TV shows, especially ones on Netflix, are starting to suffer from nowadays. And I just think this is where people underestimate the long-term effect of this. I've been gaming, for over 30 years happily, and I've been working professionally for about 15. And yes, consumers historically just want to optimize for convenience, immediate visual appeal, and performance. they're not always thinking about artistic integrity, the long-term effects of quality, and pipeline health for those that create it, right? They just want the final product. So this isn't just about whether or not it looks better on a side-by-side comparison like this. It's about what happens when the industry starts building around this. Because as we've seen historically speaking, convenience wins. That surface level improvement wins, even when it comes at the cost of depth and creativity. I'm just scared of what happens when this truly becomes the standard. And it makes me very happy to see the pushback, the downvotes, the ratios of NVIDIA's announcement here. It shows that there are some people and we are speaking up, which is fantastic. NVIDIA should just be investing in areas where AI might actually support artists, not replacing the art direction of the game with something like we saw. And I don't want you to get me entirely wrong here. AI has a ton of potential, and we've started to see parts of that. But this today is not the path. And I've seen a lot of counterpoints to this. Well, if this just means better lighting, then that just reveals more of the artist's craft, more of the artist's hard work. And yes, I think that's technically correct. I could agree with that. Better lighting should in fact reveal more and more technical skill put into the designs. But we've seen that with PBR, and we've seen that with ray tracing. And that's not what this is doing from the examples they showed off. This isn't improving how light interacts with the scene. It's reinterpreting the scene, and most of the time it's not making it better. It's changing faces, it's adjusting materials, it is changing the way highlights, and the way the scene is authored. That's not exposing detail, that's overriding art and decisions and intent. So the idea that this is just revealing bad art decisions to begin with kind of misses the point. A lot of people, historically people would have to get really creative to make something look the way it does in a game, especially when technical limitations are there. How to get something to light or to react a certain way. There was a lot of tricks happening right under the hood for these games. But they were intentional design solutions, and they crafted the experience in the art as a result of that. They're there to control essentially how something reads. So when a system comes in and just ignores all of that, you're not getting a more honest result, or more honest game, or a more honest image, right? You're just getting a different one. Like I said, I'm not here to be anti-tech or even against AI in this. I just have, for myself, I draw a clear line there. Improving how something is rendered out in a pure form is great, but reinterpreting it, that's for me where the problem is. Because if this were just a case about better lighting and better rendering, why is it changing the actual structure of the faces in these characters from this demo? Different noses, different chins, different brow shapes, different eyes. Everything, is just different about them. And they don't look enhanced at all. They just look like different people. And they're not just different, right? They're different in a very specific kind of way. And again, these are the things that you will see, right? From Instagram filters, when you AI to make something look more realistic or to pretty it up. Grace just goes from this grounded character to something that, looks like some kind of Temu version of Scarlett Johansson, right? And I think these changes that we saw are not coincidence at all. It's because a lot of these models are trained on hyper, realistic work in digital photography. And things, that photography leans toward, right? Like flat studio lighting, everything is perfect, right? Very heavy makeup to match certain standards of beauty. And that's why you get faces like Grace's here completely averaged out. And this is a very recognizable AI look. And I think that's where a lot of people have the problem. So, don't try to sit there and tell me this is just my eyes, my old eyes playing tricks on me. It's not just the lighting. And I think NVIDIA even said that. Or that it's just supposed to be more physically accurate. because everything is skewing. Very cooler, you get a shift in blue, and everything looks like it has the contrast cranked up on your monitor to like the vivid mode, because it's not neutral anymore. It's just a look and an aesthetic being applied, and too much so. And that's what this comes down to. This doesn't feel like a tool assisting the artist. It feels like something that is just overriding them. So hopefully things will course correct. Hopefully feedback will be implemented. And yes, I guess you can always have the option to not use it, and it's still kind of like a conceptual thing far out. There's the warning signs here, and I think we all need to keep our heads up and keep an eye on what this technology is doing and how it affects developing pipelines. Guys, thank you for watching, for hearing my rant here. The link's below for everything you might need. I'll catch you guys next time.